saw in church, laying on hands, healing the sick, raising the dead, false prophet. I was in church one Sunday, I remember, and a guy laid hands on me and I fell down to the ground. And somebody asked me later on, he asked me to pull me to the side, I said, were you slain in the spirit? I said, no, he bent my neck down and pushed me back, pushed me on the floor. False prophet. People will do anything to make themselves feel good. They will grab you by your neck, clean your neck, and you be thinking that person really slain in the spirit, and that man and a woman knock them down. So if you have a zeal, then you need to be getting some what? Some knowledge. You need to be studying, you need to be fasting, you need to be praying, because if you have a zeal without knowledge, then God's going to have to make another cut. He's going to have to cut you until you get that knowledge to go along with that zeal. Because if you have a zeal without knowledge, then sometimes you'll do some things wrong. If you have zeal without the knowledge, then if I put you at the back door, you might get mad and get upset and not treat somebody right. If you have a zeal without the knowledge, you might get up here and try to preach a word and not study. If you have a zeal without the knowledge, you might get in the choir and not want to know the words to the song. So you got to have some knowledge with all the zeal that you have. Keep me. Keep me. What does keep me mean? It means to guard me.
All right.
To protect me. So God sent me to Psalm 17 and 8. Psalm 17 and 8, and it reads, keep me as the apple of thy eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. That lets me know, keep me as the apple of thy eye.
Yeah.
I don't want anything near my eye. I don't want nobody poking around my eye. I don't want you touching near my eye. My eyes are very, very important to me. Had a little girl at school, she almost got dropped, I almost forgot where I was. She poked in my eye. So, girl, you don't know, mess around, I'll give you an automatic reaction. Don't mess with my eye. And not only when you think about the apple of the eye, not just your physical eye, when you talk about the apple of your eye, some people say my child or my spouse is the apple of my eye. You don't want nobody messing with your child. You don't want nobody messing with your spouse. God doesn't want anybody messing with you. God doesn't want anybody messing you over. God doesn't want anybody messing you around. God is going to keep you as the apple of his eye. You may not see it, but eventually it's going to come forth. You can't be misused. The Bible says what? Touch not my anointing, do my prophet no harm. Put your mouth on me and see what happens. Misuse me and see what happens. Mistreat me and see what happens. Well, we tried to do it every type of way. They tell us it was wrong. When they took a knee, it was wrong. When we marched, it was wrong. When we protested, it was wrong. And when we burned it down, everybody want to say it was wrong. Well, what do you want us to do? You want us to sit down, shut up, and say nothing, and do nothing? That's not going to happen. You dealing with a new generation, you dealing with a different type of people. Our ancestors have come through, they dealt with a lot of stuff, and they are in us, and their spirit is in us, and we are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that our children and our generation are safe. You cannot get rid of us, you cannot wipe us out. You brought us over here, now you want to get rid of us, we ain't going nowhere. In the song, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? The Sesame Street song also says, everything's A-okay. It's all right. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. It doesn't matter if there are problems in your life. Everything's A-okay. It doesn't matter if the children aren't acting right. Everything's A-okay. It doesn't matter if the spouse isn't acting right. Everything's A-okay. It doesn't matter if you're having problems in the church. Everything's A-okay. It doesn't matter if you're having problems on your job. Everything's A-okay. It doesn't matter if you're having problems when we having problems with our government. Everything's going to be A-okay because Jesus is coming back. I don't know when he's coming back. No man knows the day or the hour. Not even Jesus himself, but his Father in heaven alone knows when he's coming back. But when he comes back, everything's going to be A-okay.